Righto, welcome back to Grumpy's Garage. In this episode, the interior gets totally nailed except for the headlining, which is on order. It's a little bit long video, this one, but if you notice in the background, everybody that was picking on me about the diff, that's a 10 bolt sitting in there now. So I was always going to get a 10 bolt and chuck it in. So anyway, long-winded, but at the end of this video, I've done a slight edit of what the interior and everything turned out like. I think you'll like that little snippet that I've put on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. Thank you for watching this one. Stay tuned for the next one. We're going to get it running. So the plan is take those door trims off, drop that steering column, because I have another steering column here, although I'll have to paint that, and it's got a new bearing. And then I want to prep those floors and get those floors painted, because that detailer's coming Monday, and he's going to want to detail that dashboard for me. So back to the trusty old Milwaukee grinder and that wire wheel. And just in case of getting all that heavy crap that was on that floor, a lot of it turned out to be just dirt and grime. There was a little bit of surface rust that I managed to get off. Well, that was hard work, but got those floors hit with the grinder, and now I'm just going to start hitting them, the little spots that I couldn't get to with the grinder. I'll get them with a wire brush. Then I'll etch it, and then we'll epoxy the floor. Should look grouse. I'll just show you what it looks like now. So the majority of the heavy stuff I've got off with the grinder. Now a lot of it just turned out to be dirt. There's not much surface rust on that at all. There was a little bit up there near the shifter, and I dare say that would be because people were spilling their drinks. But as far as the rest of the floor goes, it's come up bloody presto. So I wiped it all down, soapy water and all that sort of jazz, guys, and I'm just hitting it with the prime and the epoxy now. It still amazes me just how clean these floors are, and this car, it deserves to be protected like this. I mean, this is going to last another 47 years, the floors on this car. The next owner after me, because I'm not going to live that long, will have peace of mind that this car is going to last a long time. Let's hope people still want them. So I brought the car builders from Burson's. Amazing product to use, so versatile. That's 1.8 metres of sound deadener. That's about as far as 1.8 metres of sound deadener is going to get you. So if you own a ute, 1.8 metres would be just enough. You wouldn't get up the back wall though. So I need at least one more packet. One more packet to get the back done. I brought that from Burson's. It was on special for 82 bucks or 86 bucks, 1.8 metres. So now I've got to go buy another 1.8 metres, which I do know they don't have. So I'll get the front section done, then I can get this dashboard all nailed. This steering column is going to be a hassle, because that's all that was left in the car. I did get another steering column off a mate, so out of the two, I should be able to make one. I do need to get to the speedo cable, and I do want to run some wires for the stereo, and then I should be able to button all that up. Well, I was really impressed with this product. It's went down really well, filled in all the gaps really good, but I'm not impressed with the meterage in the box, because that's useless. It's kind of like buying a box of Tim Tams with 13 in it. You can't share it. You do need a bigger box. You can't even do a ute. Okay, that stuff sticks and stretches really, really well. Like I said, I didn't buy enough though. I've got to buy another box to get the back floor done. But, and I didn't film doing the hump because I've got to get my ass in there, and no use you guys staring at my ass this early in the morning. keep going. I'm impressed. I like it. It'll be enough for me to be able to attack the dashboard and get all that sorted out. Because the interior, not the interior guy, the detailer's coming on Monday. Today's Friday. I want to get this all nailed, ready for him to start attacking this interior. All right, keep going. So I've gone as far as I can for the moment on that steering column. I've just got to use the rat tail file and get that cowling to slide up a little bit more, because it's about 2 or 3 mil off, sitting in its right position. So the rat tail file should get that, no worries. So today, guys, is interior cleaning day. So I've got the detailer coming. He's due in about half hour. So I'll just run over exactly what I actually want done, because this car has been sitting for 15 years plus. So sorry about the light, I'll just turn the torch on. So the top of these door trims, that one's got a little bit of damage, but this is pretty much the only damage in the car. I want the dashboard all cleaned and treated, and those are other door trims. And you'll notice just down the bottom of that one, there's like another little tear or whatever's going on with that. But that's pretty much all I want done, is the door trims inside here. Get them done as well. The B pillars, and then I want these cleaned and treated. So these are the original seats. It's all dust. I'm hoping there's not much sun damage underneath the dust, but going by the back seat, I tell you, because that was sitting underneath some other parts, it's in pretty bloody good condition, I tell you. I'm just hoping that we can get them cleaned and none of it needs to be repaired, as well as those trays or those covers for the back of the station wagon, neither here nor there, because I've brought the cargo carpet that goes over it. So as long as I get them clean and get the trims back on there, should be good. So let's see how he goes and see how surprised he is by the actual interior being original. 15 years since it was touched. So Anthony turned up. Now this is the first time he's seen this interior. I didn't send him any pre-pics. So Anthony's rocked up. He quite optimistic about bringing him up perfect, aren't we, Ant?
Hey.
We're going to get these absolutely perfect, aren't we?
That's all we can do.
Now you've already said I'm not allowed to ask you about your secret products and treatments.
There's too many. It's detailing is about artwork.
It is.
Don't panic. You treat a little bit, go over it.
All good.
Thanks.
So there's his little bucket there. You know, I reckon my wife has got more products than that sitting on the floor in the laundry.
Won't damage it.
So what do you reckon about the grime on these?
Well, I'm going to shampoo it first, just to bring out the dust and the dirt and out from the little holes here.
Yep.
And let it dry, of course.
And the fabric itself, this is just an old GMH vinyl, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of wear and tear.
So, treating this vinyl, would you treat it pretty much the same as what you would a leather or something like that, or is it?
Yeah, I've got leather care. I normally just do a quick shampoo anyway.
Yeah.
Because they'll pick up all the oil.
All right.
So
Well,
I'll spray it.
So this is the one thing I've been waiting to see, is the condition of what these seats are in, because first initial look, they look like they were good, just dirty. So I thought I'd leave them natural for you. Yeah. Natural 15 years of gathering dust.
No, it's not like the new car's got the foam in it.
Yep. Yeah, this is the old.
Whatever's there. Just amazing, isn't it?
We're gonna yeah, well, I'm surprised the mice haven't got into all this as well, you know.
Well, the modern cars, they do go into mice go into it.
Yeah. That's a good vac.
She cost me a fair bit.
So Anthony starts cleaning them and brings out the drill with the little brushes on the front, which I was a bit worried about because the vinyl itself was just it just needed a little bit of conditioning. I was worried it was going to get damaged. So Anthony was only using it to lift the heavier stuff off so that he could vac it out, and they're coming up really, really nice. So there was still some stains that we couldn't get out. We didn't want to go too hard on them. We wanted to get some condition in the vinyl first. All right. First initial clean, and these have come up a treat. You can see the wear marks. Well, that's just going to be like standard, but as far as the actual seat itself goes, very happy Dave. Right, Stage 1. Can't wait for the treatment. Does it have a tag on there?
No.
I was going to zoom in.
You're sneaky, mate. You're sneaky. Not as sneaky as me, I tell you.
Shifty as a shithouse rat, they say. So after the first treatment to try and get the condition into the vinyl, they came up so soft. I was amazed on how soft it came up. So from here, the plan is we'll give this another treatment in 4 weeks to 6 weeks time, and then after that I'll try and get into the harder grime. Covered in dust, covered in crap for 15 plus years, so I'm pretty happy with that. So now it's time for the headlining. Now I knew this one was going to be hard. Headlining had a couple of tears in it anyway, but it became quite apparent that we weren't going to get it as clean as I really, really wanted it, and I decided just to pull the pin on it. Alright, so I've pulled the pin on the headlining. I was hoping to clean it up, but it's probably hard for you. Oh no, you can see that on the camera. It's just going to be hard to get these stains out where they've been folded over and the sunlight has been getting certain sections on it. Now, headlinings aren't that easy to put in, and I won't be happy with it, so I'll buy another headlining, put it in. Wow, look at those door trims. Anthony.
Yeah? What happened?
You're going to get a cuddle.
Did I do something wrong? I'm amazing.
And that's just your first soapy water vacuum, yeah, without product on it.
Without product.
You're definitely getting a cuddle.
I don't know. Yeah.
Alright, so day off on the car because my brother's come up from Melbourne. 600 k's he drove. So I've had to get that off the hoist. And we've put this on the hoist. The old Muzzy. So we're just cleaning underneath and we're just going to give it a paint. Sorry. The light is not that good from that angle, guys. But he's done all the back. We're just getting in the centre. Another car I'm pretty amazed. No rust in the bloody thing. Not bad for a Ford. Yeah, no, this is in really good nick. I can't get over how skinny that rail is though. Look at that. It's not much bigger than my bloody finger. Must work because they're still around. Well, Doc's given up on the DeLorean and he's doing some work on the Mustang. Right, let's see what sort of job these boys have been doing. talking about you.
Oh,
I tell you what, boys, you've done a good job. You could have been here a couple of weeks ago when I was doing the bloody Z. Very good. Do a line locker. Fill the shed with smoke, bro. That wasn't smoke, that was dust. Well, I've had 4 days off on the car. My brother came up from Melbourne in his Mustang, so there's a little bit of a segment on there. We just tied it up and painted underneath a little bit where he'd missed. And yesterday I was crook as a dog, so today all good. Picked up a heap of parts, ready to get back on this car, start on this interior. So I'd purchased 5 metre roll of van builder this time, which is different to the other stuff. It was a bitumen and heat shield type stuff, which I reckon is okay because I had that all down the firewall and all under the front driver's seat, and I reckon the rest of the car can just go in this. So the transition between this is just behind the driver's seat, so you'll never notice the difference in the carpet. So I just cut a couple of sections and start laying it out and put it in. Because the van builder is actually 10mm thick, it's mainly designed for noise, keep the road noise and everything down. So that's why I decided to put that in the back. But because it is 10mm thick, I needed to start fitting the back seat, and just to see how much clearance I've got for where I can actually lay this stuff in. And it turned out that I could put it just about everywhere anyway. And yeah, it worked out well. And just trimmed the carpet down as well. Righto, that is the original back seat. Unupholstered, unmolested, from factory. That's why this car's worth putting back on the road, rebuilding. So same story with most of this car. A couple of seat belts were there, but the bolts weren't, and the spacers weren't there. So trying to find these parts takes a lot of time and organisation just to get things done. So now onto the front section of the carpet, which is just exactly, look, it's not hard to do, you just got to take your time and get everything down. I mean, I've got no steamer or anything like that, so just take my time. Well, that was actually difficult to get in. It's very stiff, but now I've got it up as far as I can, up the firewall. Makes it hard with the sun shining through the cab. So now I'll trim these sides and get it nice and tight. And I'll put these scuff plates on to hold it. Then once I've got it held, I can do the seat bolt holes. And then start putting it back together again. Well, the front carpet's almost in. Now, a lot of you guys are probably going to pick on me because I went black. Now, the original carpet in this car was the blue. The reason why I went black is because I thought that there was just too much blue inside this car, because the headlining, which I've already ordered, is blue as well. So I beefed it up a little bit with the black. The seat belts in this car are black. Most of the dashboard is all black as well. And I just thought I'd just get a little bit of a two-tone contrast going. So it's starting to look good with the black. And I was a little bit worried about it. But having said that, that carpet can go in my HJ if I don't like it at the end. But I'm liking it. So the black with the blue actually looks really nice. Obviously it's not finished, but look at those door trims. Unbelievable. Now, don't pick on my stalks, guys. Missing the driver side seat belt, driver side stalk. So I've just come up with that one, which I think was out of a Commodore anyway, but I've put it in there just to hold the carpet so I can get everything set. And we'll be changing it back to HZ. Now, should I buy a second-hand seatbelt, or should I buy the brand new set for the front of the car? Leave a comment, because I know what I think I want to do, and that's, I'm not telling you. You guys are just going to have to watch and wait. So I just pulled these trims off and stretched them back to where they're meant to be. They'd sagged over the years. That is done on that side with the scuff plate, but those scuff plates have got to come back off again. I've mainly screwed them down to make sure that it holds the carpet while I do the seats. But like I said, the top trims have got to, these trims have got to come off because they're all falling down. Plus the roof lining. When I get the roof lining back, which I'll talk about later, they've got to come off and be glued anyway. So it's all about just getting this interior and carpet set up so then I can attack this dashboard. So I just poke the screwdriver up through the holes where the bolts go, and a little trick that I seen from another YouTuber, Crouchy from Cars and Things Restos. I seen him do this on the carpet, and I tell you what, I'll be doing it every time after this because it worked well. Thanks, Paul. Just one of those little tricks of the trade, guys. It stops your carpet from fraying and looks neat. So starting to get this interior actually starting to look like a car now, and bolt these seats down. I initially went with the front bolt holes because there's 2 holes on these seats, and decided to go to the second bolt hole because that one of them was so hard to get to. I really struggled to get these bolts in. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. My brother came and gave me a hand. But what was happening was, as I was trying to get it through, that car builder's mat would just build up on that, and I could not get them in the hole. But what I ended up doing was I took the seat back out, I cut that all out from underneath, and the new bolts pretty much went straight back in. But I struggled with that, not knowing what was happening underneath the carpet. So I'll clean these ones up, and I'll make sure when I do the holes in the floor, that seat looks grouse. I'll make sure I get rid of that car builder under the mat. You learn as you go. So tip number 1, make sure you cut that car builder out, because that asphalt tar or whatever it is, it's pretty sticky stuff, and it'll just bind your bolt up. So that's what the black carpet with the blue looks like. Now, I reckon that has nailed it. The center of the console's black, carpet's black, that part of the dashboard's black. So I reckon, to be honest with you guys, that looks pretty good. Well, that did take a while, but I reckon it looks grouse, especially with the black carpet. I might get a set of blue mats made up. It does need floor mats, so whether I get the black ones or the blue ones, I'm not quite sure yet. Sorry about the video. But the next thing I've got to do is all these door trims have got to come off. This one's damaged. It's the only damage I've got in the whole bloody lot, so I'll have to put something over the top of that. That'll do. I'm not buying new door trims, too expensive. Start blowing this budget out. It's already blowing out anyway. But the reason why I've got to get them off is I do have new inner and outer weather shields that need to go on there, and I do have new door seals, so they've got to go on. Well, these little circlips and these handles are quite hard to get off. I got that side off. I made that just out of a plastic spatula, and he's working an absolute treat in there. Just get it in, twist it around, off it comes. So we're struggling to get these door trims off. They are stuck on. I don't think they've ever been off, and still got the original Holden felt on them. But you'll see why I've had to take these door trims off, because in here it is full of dust. Full of dust. Look at that. So I vacuumed all these doors out. I had to use the wife's vacuum cleaner, which she was not impressed with. But a lot of dust came out of there. I'm going to have to get a shop vac, I think. So after vacuuming out and having a look in there, I was amazed and impressed with just how well these doors were holding out. They are clean as. Okay, guys, that is a bucket load out of the front and back door on that HZ. That's a lot of dust, a lot of sand. And that's the reason why I didn't want to hit this car with water, because it would have been another month before I actually got to the inside of these doors to clean them out properly, and that would have been all moist and start promoting rust. Now let's have a look at the inside of these doors now. I've only just vacuumed one out. So check the inside of those doors out, guys. They are pretty spot on. That's only with a rough vacuum. So we'll hit them with a rust treatment anyway, because there is surface rust in there. Clean them out a little bit better. Treat them with that, let them sit for a day or two, then I'll hit them with an etch primer, and then I'm going to epoxy the inside of these doors and forget that ever touched them. They are like brand new in there. I know that's going to get some comments. So now that these doors are prepped and dried, I'll put some van builder in there and start putting them back together. Well, another early morning start, so I'll turn some lights on and let me get the paint nailed inside these doors. So now that I've got all the dirt and dust out of the inside of these doors, they're nicely sealed off, they're painted. Now I can add water to these windows, knowing that nothing's going to stay in the bottom of the door. So let's clean these windows for the first time, 15 plus years. Oh, these windows were so hard to clean. This actually took me a couple of hours just to get them basically cleaned. Onto restoring the door trims and put the weather strips on. Didn't get into too much detail with everything I do, guys, because everybody can see all this on YouTube anyway. So I'm just cleaning all the dust from all the door hinges and all that sort of stuff, and inside the door jambs, and just making sure everything's beautiful and clean and perfect. Righto, so problem number one with doing the interior in the back. No screws, could not find any screws anywhere. So this is one of those things where you brought a complete car, you know. So these are these are timber screws. These are metal screws because they screw through to that. And then, anyway, another trip off to the nut and bolt guy. Which leaves us on this, the dashboard. I am putting all new globes in absolutely everything and a new speedo cable so that I can nail this. And my stalk doesn't work properly. Got high beam, no low beam. Power going in, power not coming out. So I'll change that stalk over and hopefully that is the dashboard done. So the screws I'm using, I just got them from the nut and bolt guy, and they're stainless steel. They're good enough for this job. They're not the period correct screws. And I was just lucky that every single trim was stored in the back of the car, so I didn't have to buy any of them as well. Just cleaning the last of the windows. Thank God I got them done, but I will have to do them again. But they came up clean, but they're not perfect, if you know what I mean. Those windows are coming up really nice. Mind you, I'm only using a dirty cloth, but that Wonder Sponge on windows is the best product in the world. So let's do this other window on this passenger side, and then we'll get into this tailgate. Put van builder in there. I'm not going to do van builder underneath because I've got to put a tow bar on. So once I put the tow bar on, so a lot of people were saying about the diff that's in it's not the correct diff. So I went and got a 10-bolt Salisbury. So that will be getting done today. And this car, hopefully interior, except for the steering wheel, because I haven't found a steering wheel for it yet. And when I do, that'll take 2 or 3 days to come in. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow this goes back on the hoist, and the engine, transmission, and the diff can then start getting fitted. Let's get into it. It's getting very close. Okay, so you've made it to the end of the video. Now I'm going to tell you how long it's taken me to do this. The interior itself took me 35 hours in 6 days. That includes prepping the floors, cleaning out the doors, doing all that sort of stuff. Now the cost to do this interior, and you've seen what the interior condition's like. Now I've added the price of the headlining in on with this, because that is something I have to buy and whack in. And so far, $1,370 just to get that interior looking the way it is at the moment. Very reasonable price. That includes the carpets and miscellaneous parts and stuff like that, and bits that I needed for the steering column. Doesn't include the steering wheel, so there's a few other little bits and pieces I've got to do. Now, the video that you're about to see, the little snippet that I've done, I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm hoping only one more video to go. We're actually on day 33 for this build. By the end of this video, I've had the car for 33 days. I've been working on it for 33 days. And that includes me 4 days off when my brother came up, as well as a day crook, a couple other days that I've had to have off. Now I'm back at work. So the next video may be a month off, but it will be the car driving out of this driveway. And then I'll do a full-on cruise down to Adelaide, go and buy a surfboard, chuck it on the roof and do a video of it. So enjoy the video. Well, Krusty's interior is just bit done. Couple of things left to go. 1978 this was built, guys. Malcolm Fraser was our Prime Minister when this car come off the production line. The last Volkswagen was built in 1978 out of Germany. Movies like The Deer Hunter, Grease and Jaws also came out in 1978. In 1978, even Michael Jackson was still black. From the cool sports steering wheel, the smaller the better, to the original scuff plates you just don't get on cars anymore. You pull parts off this car and it says made in Australia. Back when we had a car industry, we took pride in our cars. This car, there's only one way to describe it now.